name is Steve Mulberry, and I'm with GISinc. In today's short video snippet, I'm going to be joined by my colleague, Michael Parma, who's our water solutions architect here at GISinc. And today we're going to focus on Esri's ArcGIS utility network management, specifically for water utilities. So first off, thank you, Michael, for joining.
Sure thing.
So it's no secret that water utilities are faced with a myriad of challenges ranging from increasing production demands, and in some cases, water shortages, and definitely aging infrastructure, and the ability to finance capital improvement projects. And on top of all of that, these water utilities must also keep up with the fast-paced changes in technology.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. You know, not to sound cliche-ish, but we live in the 20th century dealing with 20th century problems, right? And traditionally, we've been using 20-year-old technology with ArcGIS Desktop to manage our network infrastructure. This really worked well for a number of years, but as you said, we need to keep pace with the changes in technology as well as provide a greater functionality over the ever-increasing data sets.
So then, Michael, so why are we going to use ArcGIS Utility Network, and why now?
Well, in short, the ArcGIS Utility Network Management is really a move to modernize the network management needs into a more streamlined best practices standards used by the IT industry through the use of a services-oriented architecture, an improved data model, and new tools. This gives us the greatest opportunity to handle these 21st century problems today, but also into the future.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. So can you sort of walk us through or narrow it down? Maybe give us your top 3 reasons for moving to the ArcGIS Utility Network.
Yeah, sure. First is the concept of any device, anywhere. Being able to manage the complete network connectivity from any device, anywhere you are, is very powerful. In the past, this was really a desktop-only process, which included maintaining the feature IDs and using specialized attribute tools. We also could only manage connectivity through desktop and direct connections to the database. Now, with the services-oriented architecture, all users, regardless of device, interact with the data through services. We can now literally be in the field on a smart device, making the same types of critical infrastructure edits, just as if we were sitting in the office. So not to mention all the new network functionality that's being developed in the utility network. Really, the geometric network is being sunsetted. Next is the concept of a high fidelity data model. Esri is trying to provide us tools to improve our data representations and also prevent users from making bad data. Not only can we manage our network connectivity more freely, but features on the network now better represent their real-world devices. In other words, where assets like pumps, backflows, or PRVs were once just points on a map, now these data points actually have behavior. These types of one-way devices now affect the flow through the network. Secondly, an explicit set of rules determines what devices can connect to each other. Again, before, in the geometric network, we could basically connect any 2 devices. Now we set specific rules down to the attribute, such as diameter and material type, that dictate what devices can connect. These rules help keep our data representing what happens in the real world and prevent us from creating bad data. Finally, the introduction of assemblies, containment, and associations should streamline our data editing processes.
Okay, so these assemblies and containments and associations, can you describe these and kind of what they represent and what they mean?
Yeah, sure. Basically, assemblies are complex sets of devices, such as pump stations and meter pits, which can be pre-configured and dropped onto the map with a single click. These complex sets can be analyzed for flow while also hidden or simplified when zoomed out on the map. Also, containment Users can now place devices and components inside larger physical structures, such as meter pits and even buildings. And finally, associations are really a streamlined connectivity between devices virtually, without the need for digitizing every little connecting pipe segment between all of these devices. So in short, containers include complex assemblies of devices which virtually connect through associations representing flow through those devices, all of which can be visualized as a single point on the map. So a pump house acts as a container, which includes a variety of devices, noticeably the pump and valves, while the associations then show the valves controlling the flow in the pump.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So you mentioned sort of three reasons why we should implement the utility network. What's your third reason?
The third reason is really about advanced capability, and improved analysis and decision making. After all, that's really the whole point about having more access and more detailed data to help improve the planning and operation of our utility. Configurable rules-based subnetwork tracing, on-the-fly schematic views from system and trace results, true 3D support. These are some of the biggest analytical improvements for water utilities. Now, one thing to note, and this is sort of mind-blowing, is that you can model all your utilities in a single utility network. So imagine one day being able to see the specific dependencies between your utilities. What electrical networks power your water devices? This is within the realm of possibility now. These are the types of analysis coming with utility network management.
Yeah, I can see why it's important to keep pace with this technology. So let me try to summarize this up. The ArcGIS utility network allows us to use any device anywhere and have access to fast, reliable, and authoritative data using this new high fidelity data model, which gives us, that real world representations of our infrastructure. Does that sound fair?
Right, right. As well as providing a much higher level of functionality and capability to a broader group of users within an organization now and into the future.
Okay, Michael, I really appreciate you taking time to lay out your top three reasons for implementing the ArcGIS utility network. And those who are listening, thanks for joining. Look for more of these short video snippets on the ArcGIS utility network as we get closer to our webinar where we will go much deeper into this technology. Thanks for joining.